Hello, my friends, and welcome. My name is Debbie Reed. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Kingston, Idaho. Today I have a special treat for you. I'm going to show you a brand new set that's going to be coming out in the March, and it's the Butterfly Brilliance. This set has a beautiful paper pack that goes with it. I'm going to just show you this real quick. And it has a die that you can actually overlay on the paper pack and die cut all these butterflies all at once. I actually did die cut the butterflies just to show you how pretty they are. If you take a bone folder, where is my bone folder? Right here. You just kind of curl some edges and it actually gives life to the butterfly. So this set is absolutely beautiful. It's butterflies on one side. I have a friend that's not really into the butterflies, but the back sides of the paper are equally beautiful. So I hope you would consider this set of paper that goes with this suite. I can see this with the ice cream suite or the popsicle. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, I really am not here to push the paper right now. I want to show you a card that I made using the Butterfly Brilliance. This is the card I'm going to be showing you how to make, and I'm doing an old technique where you're using vellum. I will show you all my first black and white cards. So the stamp sets, the Butterfly Brilliance, we're going to be using this and this, or we're going to use this, this, and this. And then in this Simply Succulents, I'm using this for the inside sentiment, and the Butterfly Gala, I'm using the little note for the front of the card. The papers that you're going to need for this, obviously black and white, and I am using the decorative paper from Forever and Always. That paper pack is absolutely beautiful. So all the papers in this set are exquisite. So you're going to have a couple pieces of the Designer Series paper. You're going to need a piece of vellum, a piece of Whisper White, or actually two pieces, a cut piece of black, and another piece of Designer Series paper. All the sizes and dimensions will be in the link below. And you will need small dimensionals. You will need the stamp set to cut the die. I am going to show you, because the one thing I didn't like about this is one big stamp. I cut them and I made them be individual because I know for myself I'm going to be using them individually. When you do that, you can still cut your pieces of paper and you can still individually cut the die. And you can still put the little piece of paper in the die and still run it through without cutting all of them at once. So that's just me. So just wanted to throw that out there just so you know it's one big huge stamp, but I did cut mine. Okay, the very first thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to use the vellum. Vellum always stays wet. So I'm going to ink the 3 butterflies. Let me put this in the camera so you can see what I'm doing. And when you stamp on vellum, like I said, it will stay wet, but I like to use my wonderful clear embossing powder, and I use it a lot when I'm stamping on vellum. Vellum has a lot of possibilities. You can actually use clear embossing powder. I generally use the clear because the other embossing powders on a delicate thing like this make it look too thick. This is a Hampton Art embossing powder. I absolutely love this. As you can see, it's half used. So when you stamp on vellum, you would actually sprinkle, you would get your scrap paper, you would sprinkle your embossing powder because vellum doesn't dry very easy. So you have 2 options. You can actually dry this with your heat gun as is, or you can actually give it a nice, beautiful look with embossing powder, and then I would heat set this. When you heat set on vellum, I always heat set from the bottom because vellum is so fine. It actually, let me move that so I don't smear it. It actually would blow the embossing powder. So let me put this back in here real quick. All right, get that out of the way. So anyway, I did go ahead and I pre-made the butterflies, and I will show you how to make this adorable little card. So the very first thing we're going to do is fold the card base in half, and I am going to show you how to decorate the envelope since I always forget. So we're going to crease that. Then I'm going to get my envelope because I always forget to show you the envelope. So you would stamp the envelope, then you would take your extra piece of paper, if you have extra, and you're going to take the fold of your envelope, you're going to line your paper up to this edge. But instead of gluing the paper, I just glue the flap of the envelope. And actually that came out a lot heavier than I wanted, so I don't need to worry about it oozing because I kept it in the middle. So you're going to line this up on this edge, give it a nice press. Then you're going to flip this over, and you can use your bone folder to get that glue to spread so it's not lumpy in there. Okay, then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to just trim this out. Do this real quickly, and then you have a nice decorated envelope to go with your cute card, and everything matches. Also, I want to tell you, when you're using this paper that I am using, it's the little flowers. It's very busy in a 12 by 12 sheet, and when you have these busy papers, try and look at them in smaller pieces and they won't look so overwhelming. So now with this piece, I would cut little flowers. So I have this little punch, and it's an older punch, but I noticed that you can actually cut out these little flowers and they kind of fit perfect with this. So I will be using this scrap piece to punch a bunch of flowers for future cards. So look how cute. The back and the front. All right, now on to the card. We are going to take our little card base. We're going to take our cut pieces, and this is a card that is an easy put together card. So we're going to take our glue and glue the edge with this little strip. We're not going to glue the edge, we're going to put this on the edge. So I'm going to line this up on my grid paper, and I have about 1/8 of an inch border. Okay, there's that. Then we're going to take our larger piece and put it down. Also 1/8 of an inch. Just like that. So then what I did is I found an old embossing folder, and I apologize for that. I try to use more current, but this just blended so well with this card. I couldn't stand it. I embossed this with a little butterfly, but I did this because I wanted this background texture, but this kind of helped me line up my butterflies, believe it or not. So I'm going to glue this onto our little black piece. Before I do that, I'm going to stamp the little sentiment that also happened to just fit so perfectly on here. So when you're finding an embossing folder, just kind of hold your little pieces together and it'll show you what you need to have, if that makes any sense. So this just looked like it all just really perfectly went together. Then on here, I took the little flowers that I cut. I'm going to add those on here just because I wanted to have no white showing down there. I was going to put a ribbon, didn't like it. I was going to do a bow, didn't care for that either. Then I was going to do rhinestones and thought, you know what, I'm going to just cut out these little cute flowers and they're going to work just perfect. So that is what I'm doing. And I like things in odd numbers, so I'm doing 3. Then I'm going to glue this to the white card, or to the black cardstock. And I do like using the Mono Tombow glue when you have texture. It just seems to adhere better. Putting this down. Okay. Then I'm going to glue this to the center of the card base. Once you make all the butterflies to this, this is a quick mass-produced card after you've done all your embossing and your die cutting. Putting this in the center. And so, like I said, the paper, when you look at this paper, it's busy in a 12 by 12, but when you add something to it, it softens it. Okay, this is where the fun begins. You're going to need the piercing mat, and you're going to take your vellum that you actually pre-cut, which I did ahead. I'm going to show you a technique that we used to do a long time ago, and it's actually where you're using your stylus. And now a lot of people have done this, and you would turn this over. A lot of people just scribble on here, and I'm going to tell you don't do that, because you actually can see on the card the little lines that you actually make, and it actually gives it more of an authentic look. If you're actually just scribbling with a stylus, it's going to look like you scribbled with a stylus. So this goes quick. You're going to just put a little bit of pressure, not so much that you're going to tear the vellum, but this vellum is actually pretty thick. So you're just coloring, you're not coloring, you're pressing the vellum to make the vellum press out, and it gives it where it looks like you're actually coloring. I don't know if you can see this on the video or not, but it really does give it a beautiful look. So when you're doing this and you do it in little lines, you're outlining the area with a stylus, and then you're just pressing little lines in there, and it gives such a beautiful look when you flip the vellum over. So I'm not going to continue with this. I'm going to just say there's where I colored it. Can you see the difference there? And I guess I am going to continue because I do not have an extra. So this will go really quick. So you can actually fast forward through this part if you don't want to watch it. But this gives such a beautiful, unique look to this butterfly. And also when you're pressing with the stylus, it actually shapes the butterfly as you're coloring with it. So like these that I already did, it actually causes the butterfly to fold, so it looks like it's really flying. Okay, there, this goes quickly. This is actually therapeutic. If you have time, take your time. And this one is gonna go quick because there's not a lot to color on here. This is fun to do. This is an awesome technique. Another thing you can do with vellum is you can color on the back side of it, and it gives a stained glass look. You can also color on the front of it, and it will give a darker image, but you will have to heat set it because vellum takes forever to dry. Okay, there's our little butterfly, and now you're going to take your little dimensionals, and we're going to pop this little butterfly up. We're going to put the two dimensionals on the bottom. So get those out. Put one right there. You do not see this through the white, so don't get all like, oh, that's going to look awful. You don't see it on the white, and you're going to be amazed when you see. Okay, so this is going to go right there. Actually, I'm going to get the big one first so I can see where to put that other one. I'm going to put a dimensional in the center of this one, up on the middle of his body, and then two on the bottom of the wing. And that's all you need for this guy, because you don't want it so glued down that it doesn't look like it's flying. You want it to look like it's actually in flight. So we're going to put this right there, just above the little, right there. Okay, and then we can put this one down, and I want it to go like that. Look how cute. That is the front of the card. Now for the inside, this is so fun. I'm going to take this, and this is going to be stamped with, from the succulent stamp set. I'm going to stamp this in black memento. My ink is getting where I need a new ink. Okay, then we're going to stamp this just up here. And this cute little butterfly, I'm going to glue flat onto the card. And he just fit so perfectly under this sentiment. And this will also dry clear, so you won't need to worry about this either. So I'm going to put that right there. Isn't that cute? I love it. All right. And you do not see the glue. Partly because you raised the image with the white. I don't know if you can see that on there, but isn't that cute? Love it. So we're going to glue this to the inside of the card. And how fun is this? I love this card. I think it's so cute. So when you put that on the inside, look how adorable that is. I hope you will consider this stamp set, and if you choose to cut them like I did, I think you will find that it's not going to be a big problem. That is the card. This is the one that I had made, and then our cute, adorable little envelope. Don't forget about that. And that is the card for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will go make something uniquely yours. If you like the video, please help me along, give it a thumbs up, and click the bell if you want to be notified of more videos. And in the meantime, have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.